Good morning. It's Monday, May 20th, and that means two things. Life's a lot like Tetris. It feels like your mistakes will always pile up and your achievements will always disappear. But what really matters is that it is time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone and the Linta, a architectural linear pendant that embodies what I think Keystone does best by putting things on switches so that you can do it on the site, in the field, make it make sense for your clients. It's a switch for up or down light. It's a switch for power. It's a switch for CCT. It is a device you want to have in your warehouse, probably. That's KeystoneTech.com. The link to the product is in the description if you don't mind. A DOE report shows that LED are now 48% of luminaires in use right now. LumiLEDs has sold their lamps and accessories business to First Brands, an auto parts company, for a little more than $250 million. We have new tariffs between the US and China. This is a big package, but it does include, quote, major fees on semiconductors, solar panels, and EV tech. ABB is building a new factory to create an injection molding facility near Ghent in Belgium. Signify has declared a dividend as part of their AGM. That announcement will be €1.55 per share. AMS Osram is building a new plant as well. This is a sensor factory in Austria. We have new branding for ETI. Their solid-state lighting company is now just called ETI Lighting. Illumination Florida has bought Nightworks. These are two landscape lighting groups coming together. Sonepar is donating to nonprofits, with 6 local groups getting free lighting and installation. Over on Get a Grip on Lighting, we have Bruce Hemmelman and Angela Pylant talking about luminaire level controls, and it's probably coming together this time. We have a share buyback at Zumtobel with 16,000 shares of common stock coming back to the company. Over at Orion, we have the full year showing that revenues are under estimates but trending upward. We have a new look for PQL, along with a new website. Over at Energy Focus, Q1 shows $400,000 in losses. DHR is rebranding as Floss B&B Italia Group. The Canadian government may block a rail strike. The strike is not confirmed. It could happen on the 22nd, but the feds may also intercede for health and safety reasons. We have demolition proceeding at the remains of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Debris removal had been delayed for the weather. Again, cargo is already moving into the Port of Baltimore. Cargo theft is on the rise, with trucks, ground-based trucks, being targeted 40% more often this year. Maria Mullen has won the ALA Women in Lighting Leadership Award. She's the CEO of Hubbard & Forge. She'll be accepting the prize at Lightovation this summer. Blingle is a top emerging franchise, according to Entrepreneur Magazine. Neo Architectural Lighting has started a new design contest to use their fixtures. Musco Sports Lighting is now one of the 8 coolest things made in Iowa. The field continues to narrow. Butterfly and the Perry Center have partnered on energy for low-income communities. This is a new private academic partnership that will offer energy services to nonprofits and underserved spaces. Elite has been ordered to pay $435,000 to Repco 2, a judge calling it willful and egregious misconduct in their contracts. It bugs me that lawyers are the only people who get to say egregious anymore. It bugs me. Fight files against Elong and Xiamen Longstar. This is another lawsuit related to white filament LEDs. Signify has won an IPR against Luminex. Illumipure has secured a number of patents for protecting their 405 nanometer lighting tech. And the AWA has secured a light simulator patent. This is a new IP related to biomimicry and simulation. In rep agency news, Lumos has partnered with Cesco in the Southeast. DMC has announced their event lineup for Lightovation. The full schedule for June is up. Speaking of full schedules, you can see the full schedule for Nailed's annual convention. That's in August. I hope to see you there. We have a webinar on the 6th presented by ERP on AC to DC light engines. Education is calling for speakers already. The deadline is the 6th of September. And the IES is once again offering their LC study group. That's a 10-week course if you need it. In IoT news, we have $19 million in sales this quarter at SkyX. I still have not been told how to pronounce that name. Feeling a little left out. Leviton has declared their network business is carbon neutral. Brilliant needs a buyer. This is a startup that made $400 smart switches and hubs. And if they don't get a new backer, those probably will stop working for the most part. David Fox was on Lighting Controls, the podcast. You should check it out. The UK is planning a new smart street lighting project in London, testing a 5G platform with the help of Signify and Cornerstone. In R&D, IMEC has built a very bright perovskite. The PE LED surface is 1,000 times brighter than a traditional OLED, and machine vision can't deal with illuminated signage. We have some issues related to rolling digital shutters. Anyway, in darkness-related news, Bar-Ilan University has mapped clock genes. The PNNL has studied night shift work and health and what goes wrong when you do both. We have circadian rhythm linked with tumor infiltration. We have study linking light at night with stroke. We have Cornell releasing a documentary film on lights out in Texas. We have the German Ecological Society calling for papers and presentations on lighting and the environment. A Pennsylvania woman will be the first in the U.S. to be tested for LED seizures not related to epilepsy. Brett Seymour was on Restoring Darkness. You can check him out. Maine has approved new lighting rules for mining operations. Nova Scotians are calling for specific protections for birds at land-based wind farms. Las Vegas suburbs have declared that a LDS temple can build there, provided they actually match local lighting rules. Hunterdon, New Jersey, rejects cannabis farms, citing light pollution. Fort Myers, Florida, has a new construction program that is threatening the turtles. Old Snowmass, Colorado, is seeking recognition from Dark Sky International. Illinois has issued a high migration alert. Gateshead in the UK reviews their plans for dimming. County Durham in the UK has allowed a horse arena to go forward despite complaints of light pollution. The World Bank has pulled funds from Maurpur, Pakistan over street lighting because of turtle safety. And we have a very different kind of satellite pollution. A farmer in Saskatchewan found a literal piece of SpaceX debris in his field. Horticultural side of things, we have Nature's Miracle and Agrify moving ahead on their merger. Vintage has partnered with David and Goliath. Denko and Certron have showed off a robot tomato picking device. The NHTI has grown radishes on simulated moon soil. Ferme Gadbois has begun bringing strawberries indoors. Fluence claims 70% increase of yields for indoor cannabis. The Thai government held a grand opening for a vertical farm and greenhouse in the village of Apipal, and Wanganingin has expanded their research center even more. In recommended reading, all these things are on nailed.org. We have a complete guide to steel poles, the best smart bulbs, how to scale with sustainability, e-waste and EPR compliance, how to complain about your neighbor's lights, tax breaks for construction firms, how to light indirectly indoors, what goes into becoming a dark sky city, what hospitals are doing to hurt your sleep habits, and what daylighting can do for sales. In local news, the NYPD is switching to LED inside all of its facilities. Bexar County, Texas is adding solar street lighting outside. LA is struggling with 25,000 streetlights that don't turn on. Austin, Texas is banning windowless bedrooms. Gadsden, Alabama has secured new grants. Langley, BC has begun a safety project near schools. Bowling Green, Ohio has $90,000 to spend on street lighting. We have $200,000 in grants for Door County, Wisconsin. We have $490,000 in grants for Trumbull County, Ohio. We have millions going to Jackson, Mississippi. We have new lighting going in Sturgis, South Dakota. And Bella BC is changing up their energy use in a community center and cutting costs by 80%. Internationally, Terra Power is adding solar lighting to schools in Haiti. Bajaj Electrical has missed their Q4 earnings estimate in India. Dexcellence has completed a share buyback, and the UL has recognized Nanjan Life, a building, as healthy. In People News, Sterling has hired Tom Fenned as their sales lead. We have new regional sales managers at Command Light. Elk Home has picked Allison Martin as their director of marketing. We have James Haltrop as a regional sales manager for Lightform. Bobby Dietrich is now the global head of marketing for the WEEF, and Ideal has named Pam McNean as their CMO. I have been Scott Wachter. Thank you for listening. I hope you read it. I hope you recommend it. I hope you visit Light Efficient Design, ETI, and Espen, who also sponsored this series, as well as Ledvance. Until next time, enjoy your week, enjoy the music. Have a good one.
You wake soft with the sea in the dead of summer on the beach, and it fades just like a sunrise, hard like a wave going back and forth. And you take your heart in your hands, lay it in the water to drift along where it may, guided by the waves, and destiny deliver us on. I would walk the sand here where you lay your head down next to mine. Those days are gone, and did you trace a face from memory into the stars alike? I did yours, and it fades just like everything, hard like a wave going back and forth. I would walk this sand here where you lay your head down next to mine. Those days are gone, and did you trace a face from memory into the stars like I did yours, and it fades take everything. A heart like a wave, going back and forth. A heart